let's do a quick video on how does the strategic dollar cost average works. So once again, every rectangular is filled. At one time it wasn't filled, and I had to find the indicators. I had to classify them: fundamental, technical, and sentimental. Currently the value is not the right one because I haven't updated it, but I just want to show you if one day I'm, for example, in the jungle and I need to survive by myself and I don't have information from somebody else very experienced to determine the price of Bitcoin. Should I buy it? Should I sell it? I can do it myself. So for example, the most important thing is we don't care about all this indicator. Why did you choose it? What is positive, negative score? We don't care about the name. We don't care. All we care about is the Z score, which is a value. So we will use multiple indicators, determine Z score, which can range between -3 and +3. And we have the average, which is in the cell here, average of all the cells. And this losange thingy will go positive, which is a very valuable place to buy in Bitcoin and a very overheated place where you should start think about selling it. Think about it. Doesn't mean it's here, it's time to sell, but you should start to DCA, dollar cost average, out. Slowly get out of it. So, yeah. So let's have a look at the MVRV, which is one of the best. So this is what an indicator. So the MVRV is the yellow curve. I won't tell you how the MVRV is, how it is created, and the green is price of Bitcoin. So what is important is currently you can see the MVRV is here. You also have this very green area, which is very simple to interpret. When the MVRV is in this zone, it means a good place to buy it. When it's red, in the red zone, you can see currently it's in the middle, kind of the two. It's time to sell. You can interpret it like this, but you don't really interpret it. You can see here was a very good place to buy Bitcoin, and look where the MVRV was. It was very low. Whenever the MVRV peaks, it's the top of the market, and it's time to fucking sell. Whenever the MVRV, the yellow thingy, peaks, it was the top of Bitcoin, the green line, and it was time to sell. It's a very useful and powerful indicator, the MVRV. So how you determine the Z score? Well, you put your two. I don't have the bell curve, but you usually do it with a bell curve. So this thing will be a -2, -3, and this thing will be a +2, we'll say. Okay, -2, +2. The middle here is 0. So you can see we are still in positive, something like 0.5, 0.8 positive, which means it's still a good place to buy Bitcoin. But you don't rely on just one indicator. You want a multitude of indicators. You want a multitude of them and do the average of every single one. Let me find one that I really like. So the technicals one are the best in my opinion. Now the P cycle is really good. It's one of my favorites. Let's have a look at the P cycle indicator. Okay, this one is very easy to interpret. We can make it hard with the 111 day SMA and the 350 day SMA2X. I won't explain. It's basically whenever they cross, it's time to sell. Whenever they cross, you can see they crossed here. It was time to sell it. But what is good is that you have the thing very simplified, which means the orange overlay. You can see the orange thing. When it signals the orange thing, we are reaching the very overheated market, overbought Bitcoin price, and it's time. You should think about selling. Here you can see it was a really good place to buy it. It was about 25,000, 17,000 price of the Bitcoin, and your blue one is time to buy. As you can see, we haven't triggered yet the orange overlay, and we haven't seen the 2 SMA cross, which means it's not time to sell, and we know that for sure. It's gonna go higher. The thing is, you might buy here and you might be down negative 10%. Don't try about it. Within 6 and 9 months, it will be higher. The thing you don't want to miss is you have to sell it when it's time to sell, you know? people might keep holding it. But it's what, a 50-100% for now. I believe it will do 50% from now of your capital invested, or 100%, which is very small compared to what I can do in meme coins. Let's just look at the crypto fear and greed index, which is basically the sentiment of people. It's not the best, I don't really like it, but just to talk about it. So you get the fear and greed index. So basically it is the overall sentiment of the normies and the people that don't understand shit about Bitcoin. So what do they think? As you can see, they think 73 out of 100, which means they are bullish. They are currently bullish on the price of Bitcoin. They think it will go higher. It's the normie, what the normie psychology thinks. So I will tell you how you're supposed to take this information. You're supposed to reverse, contrary think like the normies. If you see that, well, you should think about selling and not buying. I cannot show the liquidity update we had, but printers went off. They lowered the print from all the central banks, which means less money in the world circulating, which means Bitcoin will have a hard time to push higher. So as I said it, we have 2 weeks of nothingness, most likely, before a recovery of the market. So now you know what the SDCA looks like. It's the strategic dollar cost average. So whenever all my indicators trigger a positive value and we are in the green, well, I should start DCAing. And you never buy in one go Bitcoin. You always want to buy. I'm not even going to talk about DCA strategy, but you have an idea of what a system can look like to determine the price of Bitcoin. There's so many other things to look at. There's the macroeconomic inputs, but now you have an idea what it looks like. Isn't it beautiful? You know, it's just some Google shit thing, you know? Smart, right? Yeah, because we're smart here.